G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel. Here's a idea that's been bouncing around my head for a long time to do with my film photography that I've been wanting to do for a while. And that is to build a big scale diorama set of a 50s era American General Motors motorama show. Had this idea bouncing around my head for a few years. I've made simple motoramas, which I've photographed on film and all that, which involve just simple paper, stage props and that sort of thing. Well, anyway, now I'm going to make a full-scale size motorama using elements from various 50s era motorama shows, and I want the motorama to have a stage looking something like that. Circular platforms as seen in this picture. This is of a 1955 motorama show, and I want a balcony set up on the sides, or gallery, whatever you want to call it, to be looking similar to that. I think this is also from a 1955 motorama show. I've done some basic design plans. So going off this picture here, the first floor is going to look something like that, and the second floor is going to look something like that. That's just the basic shape of the balconies, and that's the paneling of the front of the balconies. The letters will be in polygon shapes like that, and you got the railing, some fancy decorative things on the panels. So basically it's going to look like that. The stage is going to arch out like that, and the other side of the motorama show is going to look pretty much identical to that. I've also done a more basic plan of how I want it to look, but it's just really basic. So you've got two balconies there on each side, stage and platforms. Also, I intended to make a 5-star shaped platform, which was used in, I think, the 1949 or 1950 motorama show here. These are printouts of old photos from the 50s motorama shows. Yeah, I actually do want to make this as well. This decorative setup here was used in the 1956 motorama show. There's also some really fancy sci-fi looking decorative displays used in the 1959 motorama show. This was like sketches. I haven't actually found any photo examples of it on the internet. Basically, yeah, using these various photos, I'm going to make a sort of motorama that's going to use various decorative props from various different motorama shows. Anyhow, I've actually already begun work on it, and for the balconies I've already marked out and cut out the balcony basic shapes for the floor shapes. So this is for the first floor. Got two semicircles here, and the upper floors has got 2, 4, 6 semicircles, sort of coming out and curving in like as seen. And I've already made the basic shape of the front stage, which is pretty much similar to the one used in the 1955 motorama. and I've actually glued the top and the side panels so it can stand up. And I've cut the semicircle stage, and it's going to sit on like so. So also I've made a diorama box so I can make various different dioramas and place them inside of it and set it up for my film photography and digital photography. I used to make dioramas a lot when I was heavily into film photography, although in recent years I got into metal detecting and kind of spent more time doing that, and with the droughts happening last year I couldn't really do developing anymore, so that's really put a stop to my film photography for a while. But I'm getting back into it again now that the droughts have eased. And yeah, and during this lockdown, seeing I've got plenty of time on my hands and I can't go out metal detecting, I'm going to spend a lot more time working on this diorama as well as my other projects. That's a side note. But anyway, back to the main subject of the video, this motorama diorama. So this is the first level of the balcony. It's going to sit something like that. So it's about yay high. The second level of the balcony will be up around here. And the process is repeated on the other side. And I'm actually going to mount those balcony pieces on one of these boards, so I can actually slip it in and fasten it in and take it out, because this diorama box is going to be a multi-use diorama box, not just for the Motorama motor show. Plus I can make different kinds of Motorama shows as well, not just use the one. So yeah, the stage platforms are actually made from cut pieces of acrylic. I actually pulled these out of old plasma screen TVs that were junked on the street. Knew they'd come in handy for something one day. Those plastic pieces were actually like light guides for the back, I think for the backlight of the TV. Anyway, I've cut a lot of circular platforms using from these pieces of acrylic. These are the general sized circular platforms for the cars. They're just big enough to accommodate for a die-cast 1/64 scale car. I earlier on made much bigger circular platforms and realised they're rather oversized for my diorama box, so I can still use them to display two cars on there, so they can still be put to use for that. And yeah, I've already made the basic platform for the 5-star platform that was used in the 1949-1950 Motorama show, except it doesn't exactly look like as seen in the picture, but it's pretty much good enough for what I want to do. So I can pretty much put 5 cars on each end of the star, and I'll put some fancy dancy prop in the middle to give it more of that for the that Motorama look. You got like this middle column here, which looks quite fancy and sci-fi-ish, so I intend to make one of those and stick it in the middle. And of course these circular platforms, I intend to make a railing around it, as seen here. So yeah, this is a big project that I'm doing, and yeah, I've got quite a few 50s era die cast cars that I can use for this Motorama show, and I've bought some more off eBay, which will be coming to me in the next, I guess, week or two. A few cars. Well, yeah, that's my latest project that I'm embarking on, along with my other project stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna work hard on this and make it look something like the 50s era Motorama shows, and using elements from the different shows they had, like the really cool stuff. I want to put some really cool props in, like this prop here. Put some props like that in. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Stay tuned for my next update on my progress in building this 50s era Motorama diorama. This is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel, signing out.